see you're here until I sit down. It doesn't make more sense.
Good afternoon. My name is Dan Scripps, Chair of the Michigan Public Service Commission, and I call this meeting of the Commission to order on December 9, 2021 at 1:32 p.m. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Chair Scripps.
Present.
Commissioner Phillips.
Present.
Commissioner Paratic. Present. Mr. Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Today's meeting is being held in person at the Commission's office here at 7109 West Saginaw Highway in Lansing, Michigan. We're also hosting this meeting remotely using Microsoft Live Event. It is compatible with all browsers except Safari. Telephone relay service is available through the phone option. If you are participating via the live stream, you may also turn on the live captions by clicking on the closed caption or CC button in the lower right corner of the screen. As indicated in the notice for today's meeting, if we lose the remote connection, the Commission will not recess. But the meeting will be recorded and available for future reference on the Commission's website. In addition, the Commissioners can receive CAMA via mpsc_commissioners@michigan.gov. For reference, this email is also included in the Q&A feature on the live stream event, on your computer, and in the meeting notice. We will have an opportunity for the public to make comment as provided in the agenda. A few notes about this. First, comments should be limited to one per person and can be made verbally in person or by calling in or in writing via the live stream Q&A feature. If you are participating via Teams application, you can use the Q&A feature and type your comments in the box anytime during our meeting, and we will have those queued up to read. The Q&A function should be used to submit public comments directed to the Commission. If you would like to make verbal comments, you must do so in person or by calling into the meeting by phone. And to minimize disruptions, attendees participating by phone will be muted until we reach the time for public comment. The first order of business is approval of the agenda for today's meeting.
Thank you, Chair. I move for approval of the agenda for today's Commission meeting.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve today's agenda. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion carries by unanimous vote. The agenda is approved. He had me nervous that we were going to vote against the agenda.
No.
The next item of
Didn't come
business on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the November 18, 2021 Commission meeting.
Thank you, Chair. I move for the approval of the minutes from the November 18th, 2021 Commission meeting.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the minutes from the November 18, 2021 Commission meeting. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries by a unanimous vote. The Commission meeting minutes of November 18, 2021 are approved. The next item of business on the agenda is the approval of orders and minute action on the consent agenda, and today the Commission is assisted by Staff Attorney Jana Bachman. I recognize Ms. Bachman.
Ms. Bachman, you are muted.
Is that better?
Perfect.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
You can.
Good afternoon. Today's consent agenda consists of 1 communications matter and 2 electric matters. The proposed orders and minute action for these matters have been thoroughly vetted by the Commission's technical and legal staff and are ready for your approval.
Thank you, Ms. Bachman. I move for the approval of the orders and minute action on the consent agenda.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the orders and minute action on the consent agenda. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The orders and minute action on the consent agenda are approved. I recognize Ms. Bachman.
Item 4A1 is case number U-21115, which involves the application filed by DMCI Broadband LLC for temporary and permanent licenses to provide basic local exchange service throughout the state of Michigan. The order before you approves the permanent license.
I move for the approval of the order in case number U-21115.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The order in case number U-21115 is approved. I recognize Ms. Bachman.
Item 4A2 is case number U-21143, which involves an application as amended filed by CenturyTel Broadband Services LLC, doing business as CenturyLink Broadband, for a temporary and permanent license to provide basic local exchange service throughout the state of Michigan. The order before you grants the temporary license.
I move for the approval of the order in case number U-21143.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by unanimous vote. The order in case number U-21143 is approved. I recognize Ms. Bachman.
Item 4B1 is case numbers U-18349 et al., which involve matters on the Commission's own motion regarding compliance with Section 61 of 2016 PA 342, MCL 460.1061. The order before you provides deadlines for the filing of Section 61 voluntary green pricing program proposals, as well as for comments and reply comments regarding the voluntary green pricing program proposals, and orders a contested case in case number U-21172.
Thank you. I move for the approval of the order in case numbers U-18349 et al.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by unanimous vote. The order in case numbers U-18349 et al. Is approved. I recognize Ms. Bachman.
Item 4B2 is case number U-20849, which involves the application of Consumers Energy Company for the accounting and rate-making approval of depreciation practices for electric and common utility plant. The order before you approves a settlement agreement resolving all issues in the case.
I move for the approval of the order in case number U-20849.
I second the motion.
Before we move to a vote on this, I just want to express my appreciation for the parties involved in this case in reaching the settlement, and particularly to our staff for their diligence and good work. Depreciation cases aren't always the ones that grab the headlines, but they are a critically important part of what we do, and appreciate the work that went in getting this before us today. Is there any further discussion? We'll now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by unanimous vote. The order in case number U-20849 is approved. I recognize Ms. Bachman.
Item 4B3 is case number U-21006, which involves a request by Presque Isle Electric and Gas Co-op for a waiver of certain code of conduct provisions. The order before you grants the request in part and denies it in part.
I move for the approval of the order in case number U-21006.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by unanimous vote. The order in case number U-21006 is approved. I recognize Ms. Bachman.
Item 4B4 is case number U-21154, which involves an ex parte application filed by Indiana Michigan Power Company requesting approval of a temporary waiver for portions of Rule 460.3613 involving meter testing requirements. The order before you grants the request.
I move for the approval of the order in case number U-21154.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The order in case number U-21154 is approved. I recognize Ms. Bachman.
Item 4B5 is case number U-21161, which involves a request by Thumb Electric Cooperative of Michigan, doing business as Tech Fiber, for a waiver of certain code of conduct provisions. The order before you solicits comments from interested persons on whether the requested waiver of the code of conduct provisions should be granted.
Thank you, Ms. Bachman. I move for the approval of the order in case number U-21161.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The order in case number U-21161 is approved. Back to you, Ms. Bachman.
Item 4C1 is case number U-20940, which involves an application filed by DTE Gas Company for authority to increase its rates for the distribution and supply of natural gas. Staff member Sarah Mulkoff will describe this order.
Good afternoon, Chair Scripps, Commissioners Phillips, and Paratek. My name is Sarah Mulkoff, and I serve as a Commissioner Advisor in the Research section of the Strategic Operations Division. On February 12, 2021, DTE Gas Company files an application seeking authority to increase rates, amend its rate schedule, obtain approval of certain accounting metrics, and modify certain items and conditions of providing natural gas service. Intervention was granted to 11 parties in the case, including the Michigan Department of Attorney General, the Association of Businesses Advocating Tariff Equity, Detroit Thermal LLC, Citizens Utility Board of Michigan, Michigan Power Limited Partnership, Residential Customer Group, Retail Energy Supply Association, Energy Michigan, Dearborn Industrial Generation, Verso Company, and Vicinity Energy Grand Rapids, LLC. The Commission staff also participated in the proceeding. The record in this case includes over 2,000 pages of testimony and 268 exhibits offered for consideration in Commission decision-making. In its application, DTE Gas Company sought to increase its rates by $195 million, of which $38 million would have been included in rates via an existing infrastructure surcharge mechanism. DTE cited key drivers to the request as extensive infrastructure and operations and maintenance expenses, information technology investments, termination of accelerated deferred tax amortization, and lower forecasted sales. DTE Gas used calendar year 2019 as its historical test year and calendar year 2022 as its projected test period pursuant to MCL 460.61. The bridge period in this case is 2020 and 2021. The order before you makes several findings, some of which I will highlight here. The Commission authorizes the company to increase its base rates by $84,173,000 over rates approved in the August 20th, 2020 order in case number U-20642 on an annual basis. This increase includes $38 million per an infrastructure recovery mechanism previously approved by the Commission. The order also provides the company authorization to use January 1, 2022 through December 31, 2022 as a test year, a capital structure of 51-49 equity to debt ratio to be adopted, the company's return on common equity to be set at 9.9%, resulting in a weighted average cost of capital of 5.41%, approval to recover 20% of incentive compensation related to operational metrics, approval to implement a two-way tracker mechanism, which will require refunds to customers if the 20% target level is not achieved, or will allow the company to recover additional funds if it exceeds the 20% target level up to a maximum of 100%. The company shall record the over or under recovery compared to the 20% base as a regulatory asset or regulatory liability to be included in the company's next general rate case. The order directs the company to provide the following in its next rate case filing. Begin tracking failures in end-of-life gas device programs and provide results in its next rate case, along with an analysis of potential use of and cost associated with 6- and 7-year replacement cycles for gas information technology devices. Submit documentation tracking for both information technology costs and associated savings, beginning with IT costs as authorized in this case. Provide an alternative methodology for determining end-use transportation deliveries if the amount is underestimated for 2022. Present detailed information pertaining to actual benefits to all customers from inclusion of merchant fees and rates, including but not limited to the reduction in uncollectibles attributable to payments by credit card. Present detailed information in support of the operational metrics, as individual operational metrics will be scrutinized more critically going forward. File an alternative cost of service study consistent with the Commission staff's proposal regarding end-use transportation customers. DTE Gas Company is authorized to implement the rate increase approved by this order on January 1st, 2022. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Molkoff. I move for the approval of the order in case number U-20940.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion?
I do have a couple of brief remarks. First, I would just like to thank our staff for their exceptional work, as well as thank interveners for their thorough participation throughout the 10 months of this proceeding. It takes the work of many hands to move a significant and impactful filing like this across the finish line, and all of us have earned a well-deserved holiday break for the many hours that have culminated in the conclusion of this order. The one issue I would like to very briefly comment on, and is further detailed in this order, pertains to instances where the company needs to, for one reason or another, restore or reconnect natural gas service to existing customers, especially in cases where the restoration costs are significant when compared to the number of customers served. When confronted with similar projects in the future, the Commission, through this order, encourages the company to explore alternative and non-traditional solutions to meeting the needs of those affected customers, whether it be the need for home heating or the operation of at-home appliances. So that's the only comment I wanted to make here today, and again, thank all those from our team for getting us to the conclusion of this proceeding.
Thank you, Commissioner Phillips. Any additional comments?
I'd just like to also echo the thanks of the entire Commission staff who've worked diligently on this rate case over the past 10 months. As Ms. Molkoff noted in her presentation, this case involved extensive testimony and exhibits. Today, we've shared with you the headlines of the case, including the reasons why natural gas rates must increase next year, as well as the reasons why the Commission has decided to limit this increase through disallowances. But the time, work, and detail that went into these decisions is truly vast. I also want to acknowledge and thank the company and all the interveners who thoughtfully put forth arguments in this case. Know that all of your testimony is considered and deliberated, and we rely on your expertise and advocacy in all of our decisions. We hear you and we listen to you. The quality arguments that you put forward on all sides of the case are necessary and valued. These are important and impactful decisions that we must make for the Michigan public, and it's crucial that we get them right.
Thank you, Commissioner Peretick. We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The order in case number U-20940 is approved. I recognize Ms. Bachman.
Item 4C2 is case number U-21170, which involves the establishment on the Commission's own motion of a renewable energy natural gas study work group and work plan to comply with provisions of Public Act 87 of 2021 and sets the dates for the filing of the draft report and submission of the final report.
Thank you, Ms. Bachman. I move for the approval of the order in case number U-21170.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion?
I would like to, thank you. I'd just like to take a moment to highlight the connection between this study assessing the potential of renewable natural gas in Michigan with the work that's currently being done throughout the state on economic development, infrastructure, climate change, and job retention. Renewable natural gas is already produced at low volumes in our state, and this study will help us identify and understand barriers to developing and utilizing further renewable natural gas in Michigan. As our climate and fuel mix changes, it's important to understand the tools that we have to work with and that we have a plan to ensure our state is optimally placed and prepared for the future of energy.
Thank you, Commissioner Peretick. We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries by unanimous vote. The order in case number U-21170 is approved. We have now reached the time reserved for members of the public to address the Commission. As mentioned in the notice for today's meeting, we will take public comments in the following order. First, individuals attending in person. Next, written comments from individuals using the Microsoft Teams live stream Q&A. Then verbal comments from individuals submitting names in the Q&A feature and who have called into the meeting. And finally, from individuals participating only through the phone option. If anyone attending in person desires to address the Commission, please come on up to the microphone. Okay, we will now turn to public comments through the remote options. Again, if you would like to make a comment and have access to the Teams live stream Q&A feature on your computer, please enter your name and your comment, which will then be read aloud to the commissioners. This feature is available on the right-hand side of the control bar next to the mute button. As a reminder, the Q&A feature is intended for public comments directed to the commission and not to engage with other participants or respond to their comments. After taking any comments through this feature, we will open up the phone line to those who called into the meeting and would like to address the commission verbally. If you want to be queued up for verbal comments, please enter your name in the live stream Q&A feature and indicate that you wish to make a verbal comment, but please do not include your written comment as this will avoid duplication. I will first call on these names in the order received. After hearing from those individuals listed in the Q&A, we will ask if there are any comments from individuals who are on the phone line but not utilizing the online Q&A feature. Please note that you can only make verbal comments by calling into the meeting. When it is your turn to speak, press *6 on your phone to unmute. As a reminder, this public comment period is for commissioners to listen to comments and concerns and not to answer specific questions. When providing comment, please indicate your name and where you live if you're willing to share so that we have that for our records. And please limit comments to one per person and keep them brief so that we have a chance to hear from all who would like to comment. Are there any comments? I believe, Ms. Cole, you're again helping us, and I appreciate that, as always. Are there any comments that have been entered into the live stream Q&A feature to be read aloud at this time?
No electronic comments at this time.
Think you know my next question, and that is there anybody who has indicated an interest in speaking who has entered their name in the live stream Q&A feature?
Chair Scripps, no one has indicated at this time.
All right, thank you, Ms. Cole. Is there anybody joining us by phone today who has not entered their name to be queued up to speak, but who would like to make a public comment at this time? And for folks who are participating by the phone option, you will need to press *6 to unmute yourself. If there's anybody who would like to make public comment.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can, yeah. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, sir. Thank you. My name
Go
is
ahead.
Jacqueline. I would like to make public comment today if I could, please.
Go for it.
So I live in Zeeland, Michigan, and my mother lives on a boundary between the municipality and between consumers. So we were referred to electric customer choice as an option. However, it appears electric customer choice has over 3,000 folks in the waiting list. And as my mother is aging, we were looking to get her reliable electric service sooner than 3,000 people. So I would request the commission looks at the electric choice program, especially when there's municipalities where senior citizens and aging individuals can participate local. We can buy local power. We don't have to pay those huge transmission fees. So that is something I would like to bring to the commission's attention. And I appreciate your time.
Very good.
And if I may, I'm sorry, I did not get your name initially.
It's Jacqueline.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And I also just wanted to make sure that you had access to our customer assistance division who can help with these types of things as well and get you any additional information that might be helpful. And you can reach them either through our website, which is michigan.gov/MPSC, or you can call them at 800-292-9555. I think our wizards in the IT department have even put that up on the screen. Is there anybody else that would like to make public comment at this time? Okay. Well, we will close the public comment period. A few announcements before we start. And I'll start just by expressing the condolences and sympathies of the commission with the Oxford school community, and particularly with the families of the 4 young people who were killed, as well as the many others who were injured. As a parent and as a Michigander, this tragedy felt more personal, in part because, like many others, I have friends in the community, friends with kids that attend Oxford schools. And so I don't have words, I'm not sure that anybody does, but just on behalf of the commission, I wanted to state formally that the Oxford community, and particularly the school community, is very much in our thoughts. I also wanted to highlight that the commission recently approved $54.5 million in assistance through the Michigan Energy Assistance Program, or MEAP. These grants go to community service agencies, and we've identified 9 this year that receive these grants through a partnership between the Public Service Commission and the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. The MEAP program is funded each year by the Low Income Energy Assistance Fund, which raises money through a monthly surcharge assessed by participating utilities. And this year, we set that at 87 cents per month for residential meters. And additional funding for MEAP grants comes from the federal government through their Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or LIHEAP. If you're struggling, you can reach out directly to the 9 grant recipients: Berry County United Way, which serves Berry County; the Department of Health and Human Services Bureau of Community Action and Economic Opportunity, which obviously serves a statewide constituency; the Society of St. Vincent de Paul of the Archdiocese of Detroit receives funding to serve multiple counties throughout Michigan; the Superior Watershed Partnership serves all 15 Upper Peninsula counties and multiple northern Lower Peninsula counties. The Heat and Warmth Fund serves statewide. The Salvation Army also serves statewide. True North Community Services serves statewide. United Way for Southeastern Michigan serves statewide, and the United Way of Jackson County serves statewide. You can also get more information about this program and how to access assistance if you're struggling through the Commission's website at michigan.gov/MPSC. But you can also call 211 or go to mi211.org to learn about agencies that may assist with your energy bill. And again, as you know, we've gotten some snow this past week, the temperatures have dropped, winter finally seems to be truly here. And for folks who are struggling and concerned about how to heat your home through the upcoming winter months, I strongly encourage you to work with your provider, whether it's a utility, and many of them offer flexible payment plans, or your propane supplier, many of whom are also able to work with you just to see what options they might provide, and then to reach out for assistance. There are dollars there. They are designed to help folks who are struggling, and we want to make sure we're reaching as many people as we possibly can. Are there other comments this afternoon?
No additional announcements.
All right. Well, the last one I have is that we have decided to cancel our December 15th regular commission meeting. And so the next regular commission meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, December 22nd, 2021 at 1:30 p.m. And with that, we'll conclude today's meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn, Commissioner Phillips?
I move to adjourn today's commission meeting.
I second the motion.
We will now have a vote on the motion to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by unanimous vote. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
So that's why they're laughing in that way.